Hello everyone, this is Shohamana, producer of Project MIKHAIL. I've got 3 things to talk to you about today regarding the update we are releasing at the end of the month. You can use the links in the description to jump to a particular part, so feel free to just watch what interests you. First, let's talk about Frontier mode. I'm sure that some of you still don't fully understand what exactly Frontier mode is, so I'd like to start by explaining that Frontier mode is a mode where all player actions have an effect on the game's progression. In some ways, it's like the real world where you have a problem that's too big for one person to solve, and everyone has to work together. And the key to this concept is the need to keep things balanced. Since the idea of balance is a little hard to understand, let me use an example. Let's say you have a company with 3 departments: planning, development, and marketing. The company's goal is to maximize its profit, and ideally, everybody has an equal say in how this is done. But let's say the balance of power tilted too far in favor of marketing. Marketing will start making promises that developers can keep. Developers and planners will have to start working overtime to make deadlines that marketing promised, and before long they'll quit. I'm sure you may have heard of companies where this happened, and of course, when they quit, marketing won't be able to keep its promises or attain the goal of maximizing sales. But what makes this tricky is that there might also be times when you want marketing to have more control. You might be in a situation where marketing should take the lead because they are in a position to know better than anybody what's best for the company. You don't always want all factions to have equal power. Balance means having the right distribution of power for the right situation, and what's going on and who should be in charge change what the ideal balance should be. As the loop proceeds, it will be up to you to figure out what that balance is at each point in the story, and how much support should be given to each faction. The Frontier mode update we are adding at the end of May has a lot of room for improvement, both with the text and with the way things are shown to the player. There's a long way to go before you'll really be able to enjoy it deeply, but it will solve the biggest problem the mode has, which is that you were asked to keep the balance between factions without even being able to see what it was. We hope that you'll be able to enjoy it for what it is, an early access game. Next, I'd like to talk a little about the game rules. First, to clear the game, you need to try and win the final mission, Operation Cherry Blossom, and lead humanity to victory. To get there, you'll have to clear a number of missions first. There are also several ways to fail if you fail to clear them in time. Or as I talked about earlier, if you can't keep the actions balanced in the right way, or if Yokohama base falls. In that case, there will be no way to stop the bet. In version and it will be game over. Choosing the wrong balance can, depending on where you are at in the story, cause two types of failures, one which is a strict game over, and another which will cause the data's progression level to rise, making it easier for them to take your facilities. There's a lot you'll have to do if you want to clear the game, like beating missions within the time limit, defending facilities, and finding and keeping the right balance between factions. But I hope you'll give it a try. Next, let's talk about the Battle Pass. We'll be putting a free Battle Pass into Frontier mode with this update. You earn points for completing missions or battle point tasks, which you can use to go up in tiers and get new items. The most important items you can receive in this pass are transmog items, which will change the appearance of your TSF while leaving its abilities intact. I hope you enjoy them. We are also going to be turning on the in-game store. Right now, you'll be able to buy two things on an ongoing basis. Weapon transfer tickets, which have only been available in limited amounts until now. A battle pass tier for those who want the items but don't have the time to play. We'll also be selling emblems and transmogs that are not included in the battle pass or the regular game on a weekly rotation. We'll be bringing you more info about the update and the game rules on Twitter and our official site, Play Guide. Look there if you'd like to know more. We are also doing a small contest for players of the Early Access version 2. For this contest, players could contribute in any way to the fast clear of the new version of Frontier mode can fill out a special form. When the potentiality is cleared, we'll select 50 winners who will receive keys for all Muv-Luv titles that we offered on Steam. Of course, you already have MIKHAIL itself, and many of you probably already have the Muv-Luv title. In that case, we hope that you'll share the visual novels that form the base for the game you just beat with your friends. We are also thinking of making a special page on the official MIKHAIL site to list the name of players who contribute to the first Frontier mode clear. We'll be releasing more information regarding this when the update arrives, so please look forward to it. Lastly, we'll be bringing you our plans for the following update after this one in another producer letter, which will be happening in June. With this we end today's producer letter. I hope you continue to support us.